Hey, welcome to the podcast. We're back here for number 2 in high definition, I might add. And Digby's with me. How you doing, Digby?
I'm doing well, but I don't want to be rude, but I will. What is a lever?
What lever?
Some levy or something, some handle next to you.
Oh, this lever? Oh, don't worry about it.
Hey,
it's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing.
Well, I am worried about it.
I wanted to ask you, Digby, about the Pan America. You know, the Pan America motorcycle that Harley Davidson had come up with. I saw one in the flesh for the first time the other day, and I thought that's a much bigger bike than I expected it to be. It really looks like a lot to handle off-road. I was wondering if you've seen one and what you reckon about it.
Funny enough, I saw the first one to go on the road, believe it or not.
Real?
Yeah, in Sydney, New South Wales, down, you'd know, I keep forgetting, is it called the Cliff Bridge?
Oh, yeah, the Sea Cliff Bridge.
The Sea Cliff Bridge. We went for a ride a day before Jax flew home. This was in 2021.
Sure.
Yeah. And anyway, yes, a guy pulled up at a cafe that we happened to be at, and I had no idea it was a Harley because it doesn't look like a Harley. They've got a very minimal badge. No, I don't think they want it to look like a Harley. They want an adventure bike. Yeah. But I saw it and I started filming straight away, and I've got it on film. And he's talking to someone, and he just mentions to me, I said, "Oh, don't post it anywhere."
Wow, really?
It wasn't even for sale or anything then.
So you never posted the footage?
Oh, hell yeah. I'd already posted it on Facebook before we even said anything. He goes, "Don't post it." I said, "Yeah, no worries, buddy."
Oh, I've got a new promo on my channel. This one is it's pretty amazing, actually. Some great guys, a band called Almost Honest, put together a song specifically for me. They wrote it for me. They didn't tell me they were doing it. They just presented it to me and said, "Hey, mate, here's a song we wrote for your channel." And so I've clicked it together, and it's the new promo on my channel. And we'll have a bit of a look at that.
I'll get old if I end this road. Watch me ride, ride, ride. Watch me ride, 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 ride. Across the lid of the big sky. Watch me ride, ride, ride.
You can download Almost Honest's album, 2020 Vision, from a link down below. Fantastic, only $5. It's honestly so worth it, really worth checking out.
So I wanted to talk to you about the classic GOR, the Great Ocean Road, my Great Australian Motorcycle Road.
Did you say Great Australian Motorcycling Road, Digby?
Yeah.
You got me headed to the left, headed to the right, headed back and forth, but baby, it's alright. You got me going to the east, going to the west, going up and down, cause baby, you know best. All day, all night, running around, I'm never gonna stop because you never settle down.
Great Ocean Road. Yeah. Done that a few times, especially in the past. Done it in cars and what have you, but the last few years it's been on motorbikes. Look, it's a fantastic road. There's no two ways about it. But it basically starts from Warrnambool, I think. The only thing is, it's one of those tourist roads, you know, that is used a lot. And I remember one of the first times I did it on a motorbike, I was very lucky that I pulled over into one of the cut-ins where you can get out of the way if you're a slow vehicle or go take photos and pictures and that. And I remember seeing down the bottom of the road as this car was coming up, was ripping up the road. And he completely came around the bend on the wrong side.
Oh, wow.
And I thought if I was going, he just didn't give a stuff. They're the bad things about roads, like the Great Ocean Road. So what I'm going to fire, I'm going to give you that little questionnaire, mate.
Yeah. Oh, what?
I want to give you a fast few questions.
All right, I'm in.
All right, quickly. First bike.
Suzuki Intruder VL250.
Who would you want to ride with on a dream ride with someone, dead or alive? Famous or infamous, doesn't make any difference.
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson.
What's your best ride so far?
So many good rides for so many reasons, but I'd have to class the best one as the west of Queensland because it was so striking going into the outback for the first time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can resemble that. Yeah, okay. What are you riding right now?
It's a Honda Shadow 750, Shadow Spirit.
That were my quick questions. I thought I'd just throw some at you. What's next on the broadcasting machine?
What's next? Or do you hear that? No, that means that it's time for, is it a real Australian location or not?
Okay.
I got a couple questions for you, Digby. 2 locations. Quiche Beach.
How's that spelled?
Quiche.
Not that it matters.
I don't know, actually. I'll have to look it up.
It's like staring you in the face. You don't know how it's spelled.
I just wrote it phonetically. I figured I'd look it up later.
Yeah, okay. So what'd you say? Quiche?
Quiche Beach. Do you think that's real?
I do.
All right, we'll tick that as a real. And the other one is Eggs and Bacon Bay.
I reckon that's real too.
Well, one of them's fake. Which one are you going to go with?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I reckon the eggs and bacon is real and the other one's false.
Oh, you're right. Bingo.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Come on.
I did not think you were going to get that. That is gold. Apparently, you've got a great talent of picking real odd Australian location names. That's one of your talents. It should be on your resume.
Well, resume. The thing is, it's usually the most bizarre one is the real one, isn't it? You know.
Well, I tried to sort of, work with that. But, I'm gonna have to work on my game with that. Clearly.
As most long haul riders would say, and I don't think they'd disagree with me on this one, is that you look down and you don't know. You go, oh man, where did all those K's go?
It's true.
You just sort of, as a rider, it's all about the riding. It's not so much always the destination, etc. It's sort of about you're in the moment, the ride at the time. I know when I'm on my own, I'm definitely eager to start packing the bike up at 5:30 in the morning and just wait for that break of day and bang, you're away.
You're an early starter with the ride. You get out there early.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. Best time of the day to ride, mate. It's don't have people tell you there's BS about, and I'm going to get some flack on this. So I can see this coming. There's BS about, like, I know there's dawn and dusk. I understand that dusk is a little bit different. You're riding into the dark. In the morning, it's going to get brighter. And people say, especially in the outback in the Queensland where all the animals are, saying do not get up too early, make it an 8 o'clock start or 9 o'clock, and you're waiting. Bugger that, mate. It's just so much good riding time has gone to waste. If you get on your bike and you know there's going to be the kangas and there's going to be this, slow down. Do 50, 60, 70 kilometres an hour and get your gut feeling about what's going on around your environment. If the bushes are in close and you can't see bugger all, then by all means, you back it off.
I'm not an early morning rider. I do wait until about 9:30, but
right.
I completely agree with what you're saying, that you should ride to your conditions. And when I was in West Queensland, there was one more. I thought, wow, this outback is incredible, and so I thought I've got to ride out there. I'm going to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to ride out there and watch the outback sunrise and just spend a few hours out there. And that was astonishing. That was so nice. It was so worthwhile. But I didn't just fly out as if, I could do 130 out there and it's no worries. I took it easy. I rode at like 40, 50 kilometers an hour for about 4 or 5 kilometers, perched myself in the middle of nowhere and just watch that sunrise. But you got to ride to the conditions. But you're right. I mean, if you're traveling
that's the bottom line. That's the key word. Ride to your conditions. Ride to your experience. Ride to your gut feeling.
Yeah,
is what it's all about.
And absolutely.
Well, man, this ride we just did down south and did a 4-day ride. Vlog will come out in a week or so on Digby's Down Under. We were on. Here's another great road. Here's another great road down south. It's called Caves Road. So Caves Road runs from Dunsborough and parallel where you've got Margaret River, where it's all the commercial side and it's all very nice and that. But Caves Road, the one you want to go, and it goes all the way down to Augusta, and that's and 11:30 in the morning, and we had a kangaroo run straight across us about 20 meters in front.
Wow.
So it's not about. Yeah, it's got more chance in the morning because they're all frisky and it's cooler and they're getting about and they're trying to find some food and water and all the rest of it. But they'll do it any time of the day.
Yeah, you can get them any time of the day. That's true.
So no doubt everyone's had a look at your channel now and your intro, and we like to welcome you, mate. And you are in the beautiful state of New South Wales, yeah?
That is correct, mate. In Sydney, New South Wales, Western Sydney.
I've just been watching the little vlog you did for
Harley Throttle Juice.
Harley Throttle Juice, yes. Yeah, we'll have them on sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that was a great little vlog, mate. Nice put together. Geez, they've got some beautiful new bikes.
Oh, mate, they are stunning. That red colour on the 120th anniversary edition is, I don't know, it's one of those original colours you haven't seen at least often. The closest I've seen to that would be Matt Rhodes of Oz has his Grisso, which is a very similar burnt orange kind of colour, but this red pops a little bit more. It's beautiful, stunning.
It looks like a cherry red, a real gloss cherry red. It's hard to tell on videos, but yeah.
It's got a little bit more of a burnt colour to it, so a little bit more of a brown into the reds. It's beautiful, really stunning.
All right. Getting on to some serious questions.
Yeah, mate.
When you went through the bushland on a couple of vlogs ago or whatever, when you're doing your little tracks.
Yeah.
Were you just trying to find some places to bury people, or?
Well, I haven't got anyone to bury yet, but there's a few names on the list. We won't mention them right now.
I'm too far away, so no.
I'll meet you at the border.
Well, I hope so. The other didn't turn up.
He was at the border. I think it was the wrong border.
Yeah, I mean, is it a New South Wales thing where you guys just don't know where your borders are because you're surrounded by so many?
We just classify all of Western Australia as the wrong state. That makes it the wrong border by default.
I was going to say something similar, Nick. We're on the east coast where it's pleasant.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you have the Fremantle doctor, to be fair, and I'd love to feel that one day. I'd love to see the sun set over the west of Australia. I haven't seen it.
What got you into this drag racing? This is like a sudden change. What's going on there?
Even when I first bought the ZZR 600, I was definitely going to drag it. And then COVID came along and the drag races shut down and they wouldn't allow anyone to go to the track. The drag race has only just reopened again this year. So I was definitely going to take the big 1400 out to the track and see how quick it can get down there. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I've always been an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, right.
I'm the 5th of 6 kids. I got 3 older brothers, and I got taught from a very young age to be, I don't know, active. Bicycles, skateboards, motorbikes from a very young age, and the thrill of the acceleration. I've just always wanted to do it. I actually want a faster bike now, to be honest. That's not fast enough.
What do you got in mind?
The first thing I'm going to do is just do a flash and a tune on this one to try and get a bit more out of it. I can't really afford to do anything more than that, and the Minister of Finance won't allow that kind of purchase for something just for the odd occasion on a track. The first motorbike I bought as an adult, after being in this relationship, I actually bought on eBay while I was at work.
No way.
And I got home from work and said, by the way, Marianne, I might have bought a motorcycle. And she's like, what? So out of the blue, she had no idea. I'm a bit impulsive. That might happen.
Yeah, I pushed the wrong button off it. I was exiting and it was buy. I don't know what was going on.
Honestly, David, I didn't think I was going to win it.
Yeah. So what do you reckon your next bike will be?
I don't know. This one's going to do me for a while. If I get a bike dedicated for just riding on the track, I'll probably go back to a 600 because I want to do some track days. I don't want to just ride straight line. I want to do some proper track days. And I had been looking at Marketplace. You can edit that in, Nick, because I've even told the wife I've been looking. It's when I start researching that there's a problem, apparently. We've got a condition. She's really looking to get out of Sydney and wants to live on some property. When that happens, then I have permission to upgrade or do something different.
Right.
And that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I've got
really nice being out in Sydney for your riding roads too. Just bang onto those gorgeous roads straight away.
I would love to move out of Sydney. It's just there's a lot of logistics involved. We'll see what happens in the not too distant.
You should consider the Wollondilly.
I love the Wollondilly. It's a real place, Digby. It's a real name.
All right. Hey, me and Nick are going to throw some questions at you, Chewie.
Go for it.
So I'll go first. All right. So your first bike, mate.
First bike was a 1969 TM75 Suzuki, and it was a little 2-stroke farm bike. Great little machine. I rode it until it had no brakes, no clutch. I had to sandpaper the spark plug so it would run. It had no Kickstarter.
What's your dream guitar to own, Chewie?
All of the guitars. I've already got 2 of the Holy Trinity. I've got a Stratocaster and a Telecaster. I don't have a Gibson Les Paul. So a Les Paul or a 335 or a Gibson with 2 humbuckers would be just perfect. It would finish off the collection and then make me want more after that.
Oh man, I'm glad you brought that up, Nick. Mate, if you wanted to have a dream ride with somebody, whether they're dead, alive, famous or not, who would you say? Yeah, man, I'd love to be cruising down the road with that bloke or girl.
That's a tough question, really, because there are so many that there's so many unknowns to that. Like, I'd love to meet Jimi Hendrix and have a conversation with him because he's my idol guitar player. But I reckon he'd be pretty boring to be riding down the road with, really. So would most musicians. Keanu Reeves would be a very interesting one to get along with. He's got his own motorcycle brands and everything, and he's a very humble and down-to-earth sounding kind of dude. I reckon he'd be awesome to hang out with.
Hey, it's hard to find places to ride to. There's so many places you'd like to ride to. If you could ride to any place in Australia, what ride would you want to do?
You know what? In all honesty, I've never seen the desert in Australia. And I want to see that. I want to experience it firsthand, no matter how boring people say it is. I want to go over and visit you, Diggs, over there and ride across the whole of Australia. That
Yeah.
do the Ocean Road on the way there and see the Great Australian Bight and go up through the middle into the centre. I'd love to see all of that on a bike.
Yeah, the Nullarbor's not as daunting as what people think it is. The Nullabor's got nothing on the Queensland and Northern Territory outback roads.
Right.
You know, because the Nullabor's quite busy in a way. You've got roadhouses, etc., etc. It's really not that far out. Where you're going into the Northern Territory and the outback in Queensland, that's a whole new ball game. But yeah, no, that's a good answer. What is your best ride so far? If you just straight off the top of your head, you go, yep, that's been my best ride so far. What's it?
I love the Oxley Highway from going up from the bottom up, going from Warhope up to Walker. I love that stretch of road. It's absolutely magic.
Chewie has sent me a lot of his original stuff that I could play on my channel, Digby's Down Under, and it allowed me because it's so hard. I want to play stuff there, music that I sort of know on, because I know how to get it put together, but copyright doesn't allow that. Just cuts you out straight away, and all the downloading you've done on YouTube's just gone to waste. But Chewie sent me I think it was about 50 tracks or something. So I pop a lot of his music on there. Probably 90% of the stuff I play on there is Chewie. And I mean, mate, you are an absolute talent. There's no two ways about it, whether you like to say that or not.
What do you do with the 67 cents you earn for each video now that you're at 1,000 subscribers?
I'm not monetized yet. I don't meet the criteria. I don't have enough view hours.
There's a call to action right there. You got to jump on Chewie's channel, get some view hours in. He's got some fantastic footage. He's got some really heartful content. He's got great music. He makes his own music for the channel.
So once again, Chew, thanks very much, mate. Absolute legend.
Thanks for having me on your show, boys. It's fantastic. I hope it goes really well for you, this series. Overnight sensation.
22 subscribers.
Far out.
We can't keep up. We don't know what to do.
Yeah. No, it's gone crazy.
I don't think I've subscribed to it yet.
Oh, well, this whole podcast has been an absolute waste of our time. Then. Hey, take us out, mate. Take us out. Thanks, Chewie. Thanks for coming. Get on the Chewie's channel. Get on the Motorcycle Talk with Nic and Dave. Thanks, Nick.
Take care, guys. See you later. Thank you.
Thanks.
Take it away, Chewie.
I wish I had an answer. My mind is hard to share. I don't feel comfort by myself. Alone, I just can't care. I'm such a lonely fool. Such a lonely